Hey everybody, welcome back to a little bit of Loop Hero. If you saw the other video, you'll know where we are, because we're picking up right where we left off. If you didn't, that's a good place to start. We talk about kind of what the game is. But yeah, you'll notice I'm in a different spot this time. I've kind of moved myself down into the corner. I realized that the left probably also isn't the best place, so I also don't have the option. I don't have any of these skulls to do this, so we're just going to go ahead and proceed with what we were doing. Sorry about that. Oh, okay. So, looks like we've run into some survivors. Also, apparently we are a boy. Where did you come from? Is there still a place without darkness? We don't know where we came from. That, or we can't remember. These few people are all that's left of our group, I think. You're not sure. We're not sure. Oh, okay. We reached that conclusion based on the abandoned luggage and leftover daily rations. So Loop Hero, kind of as far as story goes, it's sort of like a communal amnesia story. Well, communal now that we have more than one person. Basically, we woke up more or less unaware of anything, and then as the game progresses, every run or every I was gonna say every day, but that's not quite right, because you'll do multiple days while you're playing the game and in a run. Every run that you do, the loop that you walk will be a little bit different. And you'll be building it up, kind of like repairing the memory, but it will always be a little bit different. So it looks like that's not just the case for you. We talked to a vampire in the last game, and they kind of had the same situation. They weren't sure what was happening time-wise or memory-wise. They couldn't quite remember. It's as if people are disappearing every day, and we instantly forget they existed, just like we forgot where we came from, and our families, maybe even ourselves. My name is Yota, or Yoda? Yoda? That I still remember. Everyone else's memories are not much better. Managed to return. My wife's a much faster reader than I am, so she'd be appalled at how long this is taking me. Of course you can stay. I'd be very grateful if we could team up. In some ways, this is the kind of game where I'm not super concerned about story, despite me talking so much about it. I kind of just want to get back to the looping. Personally, I want to put everything back. The only beginning to remember the world is ours. And we talked last time, I should probably change the font. It has some cool, dyslexia-friendly font options, but I apparently didn't think that I would need them, because I'm just going to stop talking. I don't have dyslexia, but apparently this might give it to me. Not that that's a thing that you can just get, obviously. But there's no point to it without other people. It's too lonely without them. Oh, it's like it's so nice. They really paid their writers. A lot of text. I didn't know how you managed to return, but first. Us leaving the group is too dangerous. I'd like this video not to all be text. I will ask no such thing of you for now. I just want to have a place to return to. I guess I'm nervous in skipping this text that I'm gonna miss something, and I'll spend the next several videos totally unaware of something that's really obvious. Okay. Very nice. Some food, some wood, rocks, rations, that kind of stuff. Okay, so this is the campfire we built in the first episode of our little journey here. So maybe let's see if we can build anything else. Looks like we almost have enough food rations for the food supply. Food supply, which is rations, I would guess, for that. But we could build a field kitchen. Let's put it on the left. Oh wow. The food made by a good cook is tastier. Called cauldron, a hearth, couple of knives, bucket of potatoes, 3 onions, and some ham. Wow, there was a lot in that food rations. A lot of things I was not expecting. Nothing special, everything is very simple. Give me a few minutes and everyone is carefully running to my table following the tasty smell of good stew. Well, that's nice. That's very exciting. 10% to the campfire's healing power unlocks the Blood Grove card. Okay. Gotcha. So the buildings that we put in here will have an impact on what we get in the expedition. What cards we have available to us. Blood Grove, here it is. Can be placed adjacent to the road. Another tree's roots devour your enemies that have less than 15 HP left. Okay. Surprising. Up to this, I really don't know very much about this game. Obviously, from like an overall design point of view, but it sounds. I assumed all the cards were bad for you, which maybe was a little bit silly. But Blood Grove seems like it's actually good for you. Like it helps kill weaker enemies. So you can try and maybe combo that. That's a lot of words to read. Maybe combo that with places where you're successfully able to, or where people like accumulate, where enemies accumulate, so that you can kill them a little faster. I'm thinking left is again probably a good spot for our meadows, just for consistency's sake. And then we'll try and do mountains over here, I think again, until I have a reason not to do it that way. One cool thing, or at least one thing that I like about this game is the consistency. Like, you're kind of doing the same thing every time, more or less, but the cards give you variety. Okay, this is not a meadow, let's put this over here. The cards give you some variety. Well, actually, they're like the core of the variety. So you don't get to choose what you're going to be facing or what you have to like build into the world. But at the same time, you do have to choose because you're the one putting it down. So you're trying to build the path, the loop, in a way that's the most manageable for you. Okay, we got a lot of cards here, so I'm just going to pause for a second. Let's put this mountain over here. We have 2 cemeteries. They give us skeletons every 3 days, so I'm gonna try and split them up. But I do want both, because we ultimately need to fill this bar to get to the boss. Last time we died, we were like a quarter, so we're obviously... Do I say that a lot? Anyway, we're really good at this game at this point. We're basically crushing it. Spawns a little chest on an adjacent tile each loop. Enemies on the tiles around it can become ghosts when they die. Okay, so this sounds interesting. I want to put this guy out. This will limit how many can spawn, I believe. Reduces maximum number of spawning enemies. Yeah, we saw that in the last run. I'm gonna hold off on this other cemetery, and I think I'm also gonna hold off on the battlefield. No, I'm gonna put that out. It seems like it's stronger maybe earlier on when you don't have as many enemies, but that also could be totally wrong. The ghosts, the making of ghosts makes me nervous because right now it's not that we're not like struggling per se to kill the. Sorry, I just want to get a kind of spread everything out. We're not struggling per se to kill things and stay alive right now, but last time we sort of stacked up the groves together and we got beat pretty bad by got a weapon here. We got beat pretty bad by a couple of rat wolves. Is that what they're called? Rat wolf. Yep, a couple of rat wolves killed us pretty bad. So let me just drop these out here while we walk. Give ourselves a little bit more health. Well, that was rude. So I'm gonna keep up my strategy of spreading everything out for now. Seems like a logical way to handle this. Okay, the Oblivion card is good. It lets us basically trash something, so if we get to a point where we're in trouble, we can always use that to trash our... Oh my gosh, look at all this good stuff that I almost completely missed. Okay, so starting to get duplicates. Now, we know from our last run that if I put this over the other, it will just destroy it. Like, we don't get the option to like swap them out and put them back into our inventory. If we put it over, it's gone. If we equip it, the old version is gone. Well, I don't know whether like it gets forgotten. I think that's the maybe more or less the terminology that the game would use, but. And we do have the Oblivion card kind of in our pocket right now. It's like it'll wipe the one tile for us. So if we get to the point where we're having trouble with a particular like group of enemies all stack up really bad, or I think the 12% attack speed will be more useful to us right now than the 2 defense. But yeah, as I was saying, you fight the chest. Cool. Well, on the plus side, it doesn't seem to fight back, which is good. I think this is better. Considerably better, because the max HP is so much higher. And this is just straight up better. We love it good, just a straight up upgrade. I'm going to put out some more mountains. Those help us with our health. You can see on the right that the mountains give us additional HP for every mountain we put together, including the rocks. So you kind of want to build these tiles together, at least from what I understand of the game right now, as much as you can. Beacon, a worthless landmark in a world with no direction. This is a new card, I haven't seen this guy yet. 40% movement speed within its range, 20% attack speed for all units. Okay, so this will help us move quicker. So maybe we put this... Oh, it's one of these outside ones. Okay, let's throw them on the corner then. We'll keep moving. That'll help us loop faster, so we can cover more ground. Okay, take a look at that guy. Oh yeah, he's just way better. So, in some ways the game... Oh, that's a nice card. It's not terribly complicated. You can see that they're starting to double up. It's not like a terribly complicated upfront idea, because you impact this very little. I think maybe we'll be okay. We'll see how this fight goes. Whether we have to fight both these at the same time. No, one at a time. But that I'm a little bit nervous about the rat wolves because of the overall horrible things that they did to me the last time we interacted. I think I'm gonna keep the Scimitar because of the increased speed. Oh, you can hear him. He like scoots a little faster. That's nice. Okay. Spider Cocoon. Maybe we'll hold off for now. Don't feel like I have a great spot for that. But we are also doing much better overall than we did last time, so that's hard to say. Treasury. I'm gonna put this in the center. So this one, that's probably stupid. This one lets you, when you put other stuff near it, it'll give you free resources. Let me pause. Just noticed all this good stuff. So we can take some Vampirism. I think the 4% attack speed loss will be made up by that Vampirism bonus. A little more defense is great. The damage there is not that big an upgrade. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about that. So this particular Rat Wolf dodged us a few times, which isn't that big a deal, I suppose. Okay, so what is this? Goblin Camp? Okay. Appears for every 10 mountain/rock tiles. Interesting. Okay, so the game will spawn stuff as well. Got another chest here, which is good. The game will spawn things as well, based on how. Should we do some more? Maybe here, where it's a little bit lighter. Load. Oh, he's yoked. You can see his is that your traps? He's a thick guy. We remembered ourselves. That's what I like to see. Give us all your things. You have no idea what's going on, right? Sorry, that's my timer. I don't want these videos to be super, super long. So, I've got a little timer going. I thought I muted it. Obviously not. You don't. Why don't you help me restore order in this world first? You can do everything you want when I'm done. That's our our character has some interesting motivations. They seem to be very aware of what people actually want, and the social status of the world. But nobody seems to listen to them, and that they are obviously oblivious as well. And you'll... again, I only have one monitor, so I can't see... I'm assuming that my face is right over the face of the character, so don't read into that too much. Fair enough, I guess I don't have any good objection to that. Oh wait, I do. How about I stab you in the face? Shoot. Living has a soul, okay? Good to know. It's strange. These creatures appeared here on their own. Maybe it means everything is actually not so bad and the world is trying to restore itself. That, or even the apocalypse, isn't enough to get rid of some pests. That was rude. He obviously works out quite a bit. I think the pests may be a bit of a stretch. Okay, yeah, so this is... I mean, the treasury is a great... It seems to be a pretty great pretty great tile. Because it gives us... Okay, we should be able to put down quite a few more of these before we get strapped with another goblin camp. But the treasury, we should really try and put it next to somewhere where we know we're going to be building. And I mean, we have 8 of these here. I'm assuming we'll get something similar to what happened with the goblin camp once we build 10 of these meadows, so we'll keep our eyes open for that. We love a beacon. Maybe here, just to speed us up through this part. Vampire Mansion. Should I even put this down? Do I have to? Adds vampires. Let's do one of these, because I think we'll probably need one. I'm going to put it here. Oh, that was probably dumb, actually. No, can you get a vampire ghost? I guess we'll find out. This is so much better that I don't even need to read all of the things that it gives me. Yep. Yeah, I think I'm... Oh, if I right-click on it, I can lock it. So that I don't accidentally get rid of stuff. Does that work up here too? No, it doesn't. It just restarts our walking. So this is almost... It's almost an idle game. Which is not a genre that I love. I don't play hardly any phone games. Not that I haven't tried. I think the idea of games, like games that you play on your phone, seems really great, actually. Having something that's mobile and also enjoyable seems really nice. I haven't found a game that I can stick with for very long in a mobile platform, whether that's... And I think it's just the pacing of the games, mostly. Every adjacent rocker mountain. Okay, so maybe we put him here. And then we kind of cap off the rocks at the top. That's a scary noise. We'll cap off the rocks at the top, and we'll come mountains down underneath. And again, we're still waiting to see sort of what happens over here. Another vampire mansion. We could put that, more mountain. We could put that by the other one. That might be a horrible idea. You know what I think I'm gonna do? I think I'm gonna trash this goblin camp just because it makes me nervous. And maybe we'll put this guy because we need to fill the bar up. Maybe we'll put him here for now. That was a really uncomfortable sound. The bell tower made me think that we made a horrible choice. Got a ring. I'll check out here. More attack speed, regen per second, or vampirism. I'm gonna take it. I think the regen per second is gonna help us. Let's do another beacon through, oh, maybe on this side? Something to help speed us through there. Seems like moving as quickly around as you can is going to be one of the things that's going to help us. So is this 10? 1, 2, 3? No, this will be 11. I didn't see anything weird spawn. Here we got a vampire. It's undead, but it has a soul. Okay. This isn't really a review of the game, but I am quite impressed by the kind of the user experience stuff that I'm seeing here. For example, when you hover over, like as you're fighting the guys, when you hover over the enemies, it will pause it for you. And the same happens over here. If you're in a fight and you hover over on the right, it will stop the fight for you automatically, which is nice. Okay, yeah, so he gets a bonus, he gets a buff when his allies die around him. So I feel very good about destroying his little camp. Because if those stack up too much, they could, I think, cause quite a bit of trouble for us. Let's look at these new shields. I think 1 less defense with 9% counter is a good trade. Nothing else here is really jumping out at me. I think we've got probably the best items equipped that we have right now. I saw something else. Yeah. Skeleton's pretty resilient. We're gonna get another goblin camp as we put these rocks down. So we'll maybe use our Oblivion on the next goblin camp that shows up. And I'm gonna throw this battlefield here. Yep, here. So that it's out of the way, we won't run into, because it also has a chance to spawn ghosts of enemies when they die in the range of it. So that should minimize our chance of ghosts, while also giving us that same bonus. This road lantern, I'm going to put here. Here? Let's put it here. So it'll minimize the number of enemies that spawn in that area, I think. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure. Another beacon. This is the one that speeds you up. Over here.